Hello everyone. In this video, we are covering round 6. I'm opening this up with my results from the previous round 5. And compared to my earlier rounds, I've really jumped up in revenue. So what I did with creating my display ad campaigns, I can see that I'm doing pretty well with my revenue and my return on ad spend. So in round 6, you'll want to continue going down the list here with your scenario, your inbox. And what you find out in your inbox this time is that you're not actually going to get a budget increase. Okay, so you see that I have a $0 balance. So we're not actually doing anything new. What we're working on in this round is optimizing everything that we have. We do have the option to create some new campaigns, so long as we go in and pause a campaign that's not working so well, or perhaps we adjust the budget on one that's not working so well. So that's what your focus is on right now. Now you may have some different results than me, so you will want to obviously adjust different things that I'm doing and play it by ear there. So your first thing anytime that you're coming into a new round is to, of course, go into your campaigns and take a deep look at your metrics. So I would look at your click-through rate, your conversion rate, your revenue, your profits, your return on ad spend, and you can even look at your cost and so forth. So whatever you're thinking that is helpful for you to determine, hey, this was really a good result, then go ahead and put that in and take a look. Okay, so for example, my display ads are doing very well. I'm getting my most return on ad spend from those. I'm getting my most profit. I'm getting my most impressions. So if I am trying to, beat the simulation and score well against my peers, in the rankings, and that has to do with, the revenue and the impressions and so forth, then what I will want to do is make sure that I'm focusing on what's giving me the best portion there, right? So I can take a look at my campaigns. I don't have to always look in this results window. I actually find it easier here to look deeply at each element. So just at a quick glance, I think I'm going to focus more on my display ad campaigns, especially because rounds 4 through 6 are all about display ad campaigns. So what I might do for right now is take a pause on my search campaign and see if I can amplify some of my display campaigns. Now, I can always come back because I will want to optimize my search campaigns later on as well. But I do know that the goal of the simulation is for me to get and maximize my revenue. And that's is in your inbox as well. Your boss has told you that they want you to try and get as much revenue as you can, try and get as many conversions as you can. You're trying to increase your profit. Okay, so I can, of course, try and amplify my search campaigns. I had the most success so far with my backpack campaign, and you can see that right here. I have the backpack campaign. However, it looks like I could still try and improve it. My click-through rate perhaps could go a little bit higher. So I would want to go in and double check on my backpack landing page. I want to make sure that when they get there, are they likely to convert? I may need to include some more value propositions. I may need to include some more relevant keywords. And also I may need to include a better call to action at the end, right? And I can go in and look at my keywords. Remember, column options, I can see how they're performing. And, if I'm finding any that are giving me 0 conversion rate, I'm going to want to pause those, or I'm going to want to adjust them in my campaign so that I can perform better. I want to double check on my bids. So if it turns out that I am bidding too high, then or if I'm bidding too low, then that's going to affect my quality score. It's also going to affect my overall profits. So I do want to make sure that I'm including effective keywords, and you can always include more keywords and adjust your keywords in the keyword planner, and always think about the level of competition, the suggested bid, average monthly searches, and so forth when you're doing that. Okay. I did do some A/B testing in my previous rounds because I wanted to see what the difference was in some of my ad groups. And I had some good success there. So if I look and see, I can take a look with my switch luggage, I'm getting the most return on ad spend. So I may want to, because I only did a retargeting campaign for the carry-on. So I might want to actually do a retargeting campaign for the full luggage, because when I look at the landing pages, remember there were some different product lines that we were given. And there was, if we go to the end, it's loading a little slowly for me, but if you recall on the very last page, you will see the switch luggage. And so that should be right here and right here. Okay. And that was the one that I was trying to target. So in my case right here, what I think I will do is, instead of focusing just on the carry-on one, I'm going to do some retargeting for the main campaign. And the reason this is also going to be effective is, you notice when you compare your retargeting campaign, if you've been doing everything correctly, you are probably going to have better results with retargeting compared to just your display itself. So your interest-based display ad campaign, mine was a 0.93% conversion rate, which is really good, because average is more around, in my previous video, I was hoping that I would get 0.5%, and I actually got 0.93. So that's well above the average expectation. But in my retargeting, I even got up to 1.4%. So you can get even better results with your conversions in retargeting. And the reason for that makes sense, because you're actually targeting someone who's been to your page before, who's actually shown an interest in you, right? So that's what I'm going to do in this round. The other thing is, make sure if you are doing your, just open that up. If you're doing your display campaigns, some common mistakes are to do 2 audience options at once. So if you were doing, shopping in market and affinity group, usually that is lessening your impressions and lessening your click-through rate and so forth. So I would recommend doing multiple ad groups so that you can have some focus on specific options. And that way you can also try and even write more targeted ads for each one. Okay, so I did an A/B test because I wanted to first find out if there was a difference in my different groups. And it looks like it's very subtle difference. I didn't have too much of a difference in conversion rate. I did have a better profit with my affinity and gender ad group than some of the others. I also, in my in-market shopping gender group, I had a better profit. So, I might focus more on the ones that had that. Maybe I can, add some more, when I'm doing my next retargeting for backpack, I want to make sure that I had this ad group so that I'm going to be more successful there. Okay, so it's really just a trial and error. Look at what performed well and emulate that and add it into your next round so that you can improve on that. And again, keywords, you're still working on that to optimize it. Your search ads, you're still working on that. Right here, looks like my messenger search one was not as successful, but as I said earlier, I'm going to pause my messenger search right now because I want to allocate some of that budget into a new display campaign. And I'm going to create a display ad campaign. My focus, I think, is still going to be sales because we are focusing on that revenue. And I'm going to do the switch luggage and retargeting. Okay. And this is going to be, I think, $10 is what I have left over. I can always adjust that. And my ad group, which I'm interested in, is City Hopper Sue. And I'm going to go ahead and use my calculated CPC that I had last time. And remember, our retargeting is under site visitor. So remember, the Switch luggage is not the American Dream product. Even though I might get some results that are good if she added an American Dream product, because it's probably also true that she's interested in other buoy products, I want to first focus on other product pages and the buoy homepage. So I might do visited buoy homepage. So visited buoy homepage, and I might also remember, when you're doing the retargeting, you can start to expand your audience options. So I might experiment and do shopping, and I might do travel, and I may do at her age. Now this is risky because when I do 25 to 34, I miss out on anyone who's in the 35 group who is City Hopper Sue. So I'm potentially limiting my impressions here, but I'm going to try that out for this one. And I don't actually know if she's a parent, so I'm just going to leave that blank. So I'm going to say shopping, travel, and age, and female, so that I know, at a glance, when I see this ad group, who I was targeting. And so I'll press continue for that. And I'm interested in the Switch luggage. So last time I did the carry-on luggage, but now I'm going to do the Switch because I had really great results with that one, with the large. It is more revenue because it's costing more. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in some of the pre-written headlines that I had. You could probably do better, but try it out and test it. You probably had some A/B testing in the previous round, so you can see which ones were more effective. But this is the one that I had for now. I think I have a couple more as well. So here's my first one. I'll create that ad. And if I go into the ad group that I've just created for here, I can also create another display ad if I wanted to. So I could go ahead and do Switch luggage and here, and then go ahead and see, I can compare it with another ad copy that I've written. So this is just a little bit of variation that I can try out. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to expand out this campaign. Remember, I need more ad groups than this because I really want to expand out my potential impressions with my display ad campaign. So I'm going to look at several other retargeting options and see how it goes from there. So I will continue doing that. And also, I know that my backpack search is doing okay, but it does have the least return on ad spend if I'm only showing my non-paused campaigns. So I might actually end up reducing the daily budget for that. And what was my most? This one was so far my best return on ad spend. However, I'm hypothesizing that my Switch luggage carry-on my Switch luggage retargeting is going to be even more effective. And the reason I'm hypothesizing that is because if I look at my display backpack versus my backpack retargeting, the interest-based versus the retargeting one, I again had a better return on ad spend. So I'm going to, knowing that, go ahead and reduce maybe this one. And I'll probably reduce this one. And that way I will have some more money to go ahead and put into my new one, which is right here. So I can, oh, I have a lot. So $70 is what I'm going to do. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll do this off screen, but what I'm going to do is continue creating more ad groups. So when I go into because I'm not done with this one. my switch luggage retargeting, which is now 70. I'm going to click on it and say create new ad group, and I will expand on my City Hopper Sue, because remember, I'm also interested in other things that she's done, such as adding other products to carts. And, I'll do lots and lots of different varieties. So that way, when I come back to it, I can compare and see which ones were more effective. Okay. Okay, so here I have completed my campaign for the switch luggage retargeting. There's a few pages there of some different ad groups that I've created. And I also just went in and adjusted my campaign budget to put the most into my switch luggage retargeting, because I'm anticipating that will be my most successful, because this one was so far my most successful. It looks like one of the reasons is because of the impressions. So the switch luggage carry-on retargeting, it might be that my ad copy was not as effective enough and my quality score could be improved. Or it could also just be that, this one had a lot more possibility for my persona in terms of what she was looking for. And so the quality score was higher. I'm not exactly sure why I had such better results on that one, because I did have obviously a good conversion rate, but they're not exactly comparable, because this one is retargeting, and this one is just my luggage alone. So we'll see how this performs. And again, go in and make sure that you're making all of these adjustments so that everything is effective. Always go back in and look at your results for your search ad campaigns and check if there's any indicators that need improvement. For example, if you have any that are only good or fair, then follow those instructions here to improve on it. But I'm just going to go ahead and press run simulation. But I would, again, just one other thing. I focused on the switch luggage because I thought, based on what I was reading, that it would be the most effective or the most profitable. But if you found another ad product line that you used and you targeted, comment down below and tell me how it went. Tell me if you had good results, or maybe you had some better results from the messenger bag, the duffel bag, any of the legacy lines, or any of the other OG lines. I'm really interested to find out what your results were. So we'll see how mine go forward, and I'll share that with you in a second. Okay, so here are my results. Let's see how my budget allocated. It looks like I didn't completely spend all of it. There might have been a couple of my campaigns which needed some improvement, but it looks like most of it was, and I made a ton of revenue. So if we look at my ranking, we can see just an overall picture of that. Well, let's continue on to the simulation. Here's my ranking. So I did have 117,000 in profit. And as you recall, from round 5 to round 6, I didn't get any extra budget. Okay, so I was able to what looks like almost double my profit just by making some slight changes to the budget in terms of reallocating it, to the more profitable campaigns. And I also changed that one with the switch luggage. I created a new campaign. So let's go see how they performed, right? Remember, I want to look at my revenue and my profit, and I want to see how they were comparing. So what happened? I had my switch luggage retargeting, and look at that. It was the best so far that I've had. It had the highest conversion rate. It had a huge number of impressions, not quite as many as my American Dream product, but I did get a lot of revenue from it, pretty similar to my American Dream, but my return on ad spend was significantly higher. Okay, so that's really great. I was, spending only so little and getting really great results. If we look at my cost, if I scroll over, we can see the cost comparisons. We can also look at the cost per acquisition and see how much it was costing me to get a customer, right? So here, $7.23. This is costing me a little bit more, but I did, get really great profits. So I got both profits from both, and looks like I'm doing pretty well so far. I sure can, of course, continue improving. I'll always want to go in and double check on everything. But I'm really curious. Comment down below what your results were. Did you have amazing results with the switch luggage? Did you try a different campaign to target? Did you incorporate a different persona for your luggage, or did you incorporate some other personas for your retargeting? I'm very curious to see how you performed. So comment down below, and I will see you in the next video when we talk about shopping ads. Stay tuned.